A nationally known beautiful feature of Cleveland is celebrating a major birthday.
Yes, we are talking about the Metroparks system, and it's the focus of Leon Bibb's My Ohio segment today. And Leon, you, like many of us, have been a Cleveland Metroparks visitor for quite a number of years.
Friends, I can't even remember the first time I went to the Metroparks. There are photographs of me in a baby stroller with my parents. You ought to see that. That's a different story, though. I do remember the day, however, I first went to Euclid Creek, a reservation of the Cleveland Metroparks. I was a fourth grader, and I was part of a day camp. Years later, it was Boy Scout camp at the North Chagrin Reservation of the Cleveland Metroparks. Well, ever since, I've been a steady visitor to the Cleveland Metroparks, which is celebrating 100 years.
It is in the air. Even the smell of spring hovers. The season is changing in a place which has seen seasons change for, well, millions and millions of years. It is as peaceful a place as you will ever find. No surprise there. Part of the landscape. That is until there is a confrontation. Here there is a battle for dominance. Wendy Wyrick of the Cleveland Metroparks and I were talking of the show nature puts on when the geese let the feathers fly.
Oh no. So normally by now they'd be paired up. So they haven't committed yet. This is interesting.
What's happening here?
So we've got a little competition going on. We've got an extra male here probably who's competing for this female.
Over now, the loser's slinking away. This is all part of nature at the North Chagrin Reservation of the Cleveland Metroparks, where life's mysteries unfold. The Metroparks is a living classroom of animal and plant life. At every turn, something to see and learn.
Life, death, birth, renewal, so many lessons to learn.
The Metroparks is that vast green area almost ringing Cleveland. It began as an idea in 1917. A few acres here, a few acres there. It grew to 23,000 acres. This is one of the parcels of Metroparks land in what is called Cleveland's necklace of green lands, the Emerald Necklace. What were its founders thinking 100 years ago when the vision began?
We think of 100 years ago and maybe it was a different, calmer time. Well, not so. They knew we needed this outlet.
This outlet has been here for 100 years. 18 separate reservations, much like this one, in the Cleveland Metroparks family. So many, everyone in Cuyahoga County is within a few minutes of one. This is the North Chagrin Reservation. Here the land and waterscapes call for leisurely strolls. As the Metroparks system celebrates 100 years, something special. A new aviary for wounded birds not able to survive in the wild alone. This is a screech owl. He moves in soon, so visitors can learn from him.
All these birds are ambassadors. So they tell a story for us. They help, educate people.
The system of linked parks runs around Cuyahoga County. For decades, it has called visitors to walk its woods. Old photographs show us the way we were generations ago. Some visitors walk these paths remembering their childhoods and thinking
about the picnics and stuff we had here.
This is nature at its best.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful.
You're a regular here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Have been for years.
Yeah. Friend, so have I. That 16-year-old kid at the head of the Boy Scout dinner table is me. My scout troop often camped at the North Chagrin Cleveland Metroparks Reservation. It is part of my life, too, and the lives of so many others who realize there is no other place in the nation quite like the connecting Metroparks of Cleveland.
We are pretty unique. There are a couple other places that have tried to do something like this, but we made it happen.
Whose woods and waters are these? I think I know. They belong to the public. You and I own all of this. Woods, waters, even the babbling brook. We own them along with the wildlife who live here. That was the idea when the Metroparks was founded in 1917. In 1905, William Stinchcomb, in his early 20s, got the idea and pushed the idea. In 1917, vision turned into the purchased land. Metroparks began with only 3 acres.
He exactly wanted these places for people to come and be still or explore. He wanted these wild places.
It's constantly changing. This area seasonally has tremendous interest.
This place is called Sanctuary Marsh. It's man-made. The water is from rain and snowmelt. Been here like this more than 30 years. The idea was just add water and the wildlife will come. And so it does. From 3 acres to 23,000. Woods, water, wildlife. Even lakefront land hugging the shores of Lake Erie. And the Cleveland Zoo, Metroparks too. So there is celebration of what a century has brought. Much of the land looks as it did thousands or millions of years ago. But that's the idea. The Cleveland Metroparks, celebrating nature.
Cleveland Metroparks system is unique. Leaders from other cities come here to see this unusual linkage of parks, and it's hard to duplicate someplace else. Well, our system runs from the lake shore on the eastern suburbs far to the south, looping northward again until it touches the western Cleveland suburbs at the lake shore again. Then it runs along parts of the Cleveland Lake Erie shoreline. Metroparks, think of it as a giant green necklace around our area, or 100-year-old emerald necklace, if you will.
Such tremendous foresight it showed to establish this land and before everything else grew up around it.
No place in the nation quite like this. I mean, what we have right here in the greater Cleveland area.
Really enhances quality of life here.
I think I'll go to the Metroparks tomorrow morning.
Yeah, don't go tonight though.
Rainy and
I go
foggy.
tomorrow.
Great story, Leon.
Great story.